First, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim that's out there coming into this truth, that's going out here and proclaiming this while we still can, because we notice that our enemy, Esau, is making it harder to go out and do these lessons, and, it's telling us, well, you can't do this over here, you can't do this over there, which is why I often change places, because, for a long time I was doing it over by the Cal Works building, and then, finally I got run off from there, and of course I politely left, because if I get shut down, then this whole place in Reading, Confusion of Face Reading channel, it's gone, with me. So, you got to be very wise, wise as serpents but harmless as doves. So, all month we've been propagandized about it being Black History Month because, all the nations conspired against Israel, against Yashala, and, that we would not remember who we were, but yet, in the latter days, it is Yahweh Shai would bring us back to the realization of who we were, and who we are today, the house of David. 144,000, and so, we're being brought back into this, that we are no longer the dung of the earth, that, we're not just bywords that Esau put on us, that we are, in fact, the real Israelites, unlike the fake-ass Jews over there, the Zionists who call themselves Jews, which I'm talking about Amalek, in particularly. So, we're going out on the streets and we're proclaiming this truth, and it's hurting Esau, because stretch Christianity has been the doctrine of devils when Esau went into the four quarters of the earth to deceive the world, which all these nations conspired together that they would propagate this lie, which is why all our images were taken down, of us being Hebrew Israelites, and were whited out, and they put their images up. That's why you see them in Syria and all over the place, the Roman Catholic Church, had changed all the images, and particularly Leonardo da Vinci, a.k.a. Michelangelo had changed the paintings. But the one of Cesare Borgia was done by Leonardo da Vinci himself, And so, well, what does the Cesare Borgia image really look like? Looks like Caesar Augustus, doesn't it? Well, he was a pope, Pope Alexander was the father of Cesare Borgia, and so the Borgias were, as we now know, one of the first crime families, which go back to the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, So, that's who the Borgias are today. Rothschild. David Rothschild, in particularly, is Cesare Borgia reincarnate, because there is a such thing as reincarnation. So, we are the house of David reincarnated today, and so we're going and proclaiming this truth, and it's hurting Esau. It's hurting their false testimony, their false witness, The name of Yahweh Shai is Satan to them because it's adverse to what they're teaching, And so we are adverse to the lie, But really, truly, they're Satan, but all are messengers unto Yahweh, including Satan. Why? Because it is prophesied that Satan would go into the four quarters of the earth to deceive the nations. And that's what happened. A.k.a. Psalm 83, when all the nations conspired together to put up their false images up and to deceive everyone into believing this lie, which we now know is stretch Christianity today. It started with the Roman Catholic Church and on down to stretch Christianity. This doctrine of devils would be taught that anybody could come into this truth, that everybody could be saved. And for generations, people believed that. But all those conspirators are getting fucked up now. All these countries that coincided with Esau, the so-called white man, are getting fucked up now. So we're going to read, because this coming day of Yahweh Shai, when he comes back as the sickle, is going to destroy this place. So we're going to read about it in Zechariah chapter 14. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. But who's Jerusalem now? We are Jerusalem. We are New Jerusalem coming down, because we've come back to the realization as to who we are. The Holy Spirit has called us to come back to our nationality, to come back as to who we are. And the city shall be taken. Well, that's talking about Babylon the Great, America, because it's also known as that great city. And the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. So again, as this nuclear destruction comes, another thing that's going to happen from these chariots is we're going to be fucking, as they like to say, alien abduction. We're going to be abducting these motherfuckers, because, this is alien, unidentified to them. These mothership, and these chariots. We're going to be abducting a lot of these, and we're going to be putting their ass into fucking captivity. So half of this place will not be consumed by the lake of fire, the nuclear war, will be going into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. He that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. So we're going to put a lot of these places captive. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, all those that conspired together, that we would no longer remember that we were Israelites, as when he fought in the day of battle. In other words, the house of David. Because we all know who was with David. And we know that it was Yahweh who was with David. And his feet shall stand in the day upon the Mount of Olives. Who's that talking about? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai shall be there on the Mount of Olives. Isn't that interesting that this Gomer invasion, Turkey invasion, is called Operation Olive Branch? Isn't that prophetical? On the east of the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west, and there shall be a very great valley. It's talking about Babylon the Great, because this is the Great Valley. And half of the mountains shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. Now, this place is going to get fucked up, unlike any other time. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, and for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azai. Yea, ye shall flee, like as you fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and the day of Yahweh shall come, and all the saints with thee. So, we're going to be fucking shit up. It's going to be a lot more than just this testimony. We're just prophesying of the things to come. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And his will is that all you Edomites, and all the you that conspired that we would not be remembered as Israelites, are going into captivity. Even the remnant of Damascus and of Syria will be going into captivity, because it shall be a spoil. For the glory of Jacob shall wax lean. What's that talking about? Because of the fact that the fatness of Jacob shall wax lean. In other words, pretty much, this valley of Jehoshaphat, when Damascus is taken, whoever doesn't get destroyed in that, we're going to be taking them captive. All these nations will be subject to us. So, we are segregated from the world because we know this truth. We know this coming prophecy, and, they just had another false flag. We've been prophesying that they're going to do more false flags. They've been waiting for an event. So another fake-ass shooting, I don't have to do videos breaking down that the news is fake. You've got plenty of other videos to do that, so I'm not going to even waste my time with that. But we know that everything is bullshit, especially, everything we've been taught has been a lie. So we don't even have to break down anything anymore. But isn't it interesting, though, that everybody knows the truth now and are exposing the lies? That even Esau's against Esau. These Edomites are actually against the elites now, and are exposing them on a daily basis as well. Every time they try to pull off a false flag event, somebody's there to say that this is bullshit, So I don't even have to do that anymore, And like everything else, though, this truth is hurting Esau, because Christianity does not have a leg to stand on. There's nothing to hold it up anymore because it's been hammered down by the scriptures itself, that, everything we've been taught, that Satan and God are fighting against each other, that you have good versus evil and all that, has been a bunch of crap. Because Satan also serves the Most High. He serves him on the left, and Yahweh Shai serves him on the right. And so these Edomites serve him on the left, to go out and deceive the world, the devil, Satan, to deceive the world, because 2/3 of our people still believe the lies, You try to tell them that you're an Israelite, they don't want to hear that. It's like, man, I ain't from no tribe, I'm black, or I'm Mexican, or I'm, just an Indian. will accept these bywords, and thinking that, that's all that they are, that they don't have a nationality. We become the dung of the earth, as Psalm 83 said, that we're just bywords. And all these names were names that Esau gave us. Pretty much, though, we were discontinued from our heritage. But what Esau and the rest of the nations that conspired against thee did is they had pretty much removed all of our landmarks, which is what Esau, Edom did when they took over Greece and they took over Egypt. They had removed the landmarks and put theirs up and put their images up. Caesar Augustus and all those things, Constantine, put their images up. It's the same thing today, You go to any church, you're going to see images of Cesare Borgia. But then you got these sellout groups like IUIC, they'll tell you that he's black. A lot of people come to the realization that Yahushua is black, but they won't use the name Yahushua. They'll still say Jesus Christ, which is a Greek name, which is really an Edomite name, because Cesare Borgia is David Rothschild today. So they will pretty much continue to pound the lie, Although, IUIC at least teaches that he's black. So what, because they're still teaching them that name. So either way, though, they're part of Esau's deception too, because Esau now, can't tell the lie of a painting, because the painting has nothing to stand on anymore. So, just got to fabricate this and just teach deceptions, because that's what Esau is to do, is to deceive the world, those that are not of the elect. But, if they could fool the elect, they would. But they're not going to fool the elect. They're not going to stop the prophecy of Yahushua. So they'll shut down our camps. They'll tell us we can't teach over here or there, And eventually, we do know about martial law. We know about the mark of the beast. So, we're preparing for this, And so the famine of the word is coming. That's the beginning of the push towards the mark of the beast. And, of course, this war, this final war. But, the patience of us, of we, the real Israelites, is that he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with sword must be killed by the sword. So Esau and all of his conspirators, they're going to pay for what they've done, and they're doing it now, but even more so when Yahushua returns. So I hope it's been edifying, and shalom to you hopeful elect out there. Rakatha.